Better get going.
Here we go. I don't know if this is on.
Shane, can I take that? Oh, oops.
Does this work? Yes? Okay. Yeah. Right on.
Okay. We're W.A.G.E, a part of W.A.G.E, Working Artists in the Greater Economy. W.A.G.E is a consciousness-raising and advocacy group with porous borders. Our focus is on advocating for fair payment practices when U.S.-based art institutions are working with artists, performers, art workers, and independent curators. This is our manifesto. W.A.G.E works to draw attention to economic inequalities that exist in the arts and to resolve them. W.A.G.E has been formed because we, as visual and performance artists and independent curators, provide a workforce. W.A.G.E recognizes the organized irresponsibility of the art market and its supporting institutions, and demands an end of the refusal to pay fees for the work we're asked to provide: preparation, installation, presentation, consultation, exhibition, and reproduction. W.A.G.E refutes the positioning of the artist as a speculator and calls for the remuneration of cultural value in capital value. W.A.G.E believes that the promise of exposure is a liability in a system that denies the value of our labor. As an unpaid labor force within a robust art market from which others profit greatly, W.A.G.E recognizes an inherent exploitation and demands compensation. W.A.G.E calls for an address of the economic inequalities that are prevalent and proactively preventing the art workers' ability to survive within the greater economy. W.A.G.E advocates for developing an environment of mutual respect between artists and institution. We demand payment for making the world more interesting. So that's our manifesto. And our latest action is the W.A.G.E survey, whose purpose is to compile information that will bring greater transparency to the economic practices of institutions in New York City, with a view to establishing a more just and sustainable relationship between artists and art organizations. We are gathering information on specific institutions in this city from artists about how they have been financially compensated or reimbursed for their work. Everyone's participation is essential, and we take this moment to urge you to go to our website, www.wageforwork.com, and fill out this survey so that we can start gathering numbers and making more factual statements.
So please fill out the survey. Hold this.
Okay. Is this working?
I don't know.
Hello?
Okay, hopefully the image will come up, or not just be black. Nope, I'm going into the next talk. Okay, we'd like to discuss some of the dubious language that art institutions use when working with artists. In the overall scheme of capitalism, art institutions believe that they're exempt from the basic rule that compensation is exchanged for services rendered. We're now going to provide translations of manipulative language that's used to create a set of unreasonable conditions, expectations, and agreements between artists and art institutions.
Okay, is this on? No. Okay.
Let's just use this one.
We admire your work and commitment.
Translated to, we want you to cover the cost of your work.
We don't have artist fees.
As in, your economic survival is not our responsibility.
We appreciate your independence.
As in, we're your friend with no benefits.
Do it yourself.
As in, Home Depot, not punk rock.
We're a nonprofit art institution.
This is the better visual, by the way. We marked up this letter that we received from one art institution. Okay. Yeah, do that again, sorry.
Translation. Okay. We are a nonprofit art institution.
As in, we're profiting off of the cultural capital you provide to us for free.
You'll receive great exposure of your work in this show.
As in, you can use that to pay your next rent, right?
We appreciate your enthusiasm and generosity.
As in, we know you're doing real work, but we can't compensate you for it.
We'd like to pay you, but we can't.
As in, we actually don't want to pay you at all.
Some art collectors may buy your work.
As in, we pay everyone else that works with the museum except for you, but we really wish you the best of luck.
Our insurance policy won't pay for your damaged work.
As in, that's not so great for our bottom line, sorry.
No strings attached.
As in, amass your own cultural debt. Sorry, as in, amass your own personal debt, not cultural debt.
Your work is going to look amazing in this show.
You like this one. As in, you can share in our incredible real estate investment and insanely expensive architectural folly.
We invite you to organize events.
As in, we'd be grateful if you could do our curatorial work for us for free. And feel free to invite any of your friends to work for us for free as well.
This show will be good for your career.
As in, we just bought you a lotto ticket. We have a letter we've written. It's an open letter to arts administrators. This is our community, and this is our letter to them. Dear Arts Administrator, we are writing to you as a growing movement, a group of artists. Did I do that? Is that someone else? No. A group of artists, performers, and independent curators organizing to obtain fees for the labor we provide to art institutions. W.A.G.E, Working Artists in the Greater Economy, as a movement, builds on a long history of activism and advocacy on behalf of artists and art workers.
As cultural workers, we provide a labor force. It is socially acknowledged that payment is granted for services rendered. Your institution is enforcing a system of non-payment to cultural workers, a system shared by numerous art institutions, including many which receive nonprofit status as educational institutions. This system of organized irresponsibility must end. Cultural workers not only contribute to the health, education, and growth of our local communities, but also to the economy at large through the businesses, real estate investors, and individuals we support through our art-making practices. Institutional staff members, advisors, trustees, and board members are part of our community and must serve as our advocates rather than our adversaries in maintaining an arts community. As artists, performers, and independent curators, we can no longer afford to be factored out of our own equation. We are your conduit to the public, your livelihood. Your salaried jobs are dependent on our labor and works, as well as our acquiescence and cooperation. W.A.G.E demands transparency. Base fee and honoraria schedules must be implemented by art institutions as a matter of policy for cultural workers whose services and/or works are requested for presentation. This effort corresponds logically and fairly within the economic system we are participating in.
Thank you.